Okay, so it's 19th of April, Monday, so we got the weekly close. This is the daily chart, so as we can see, we had this rejection, we got a nice week, but we are still rejecting. As we see, we have the 21 and the price still not being able to push up. Basically, we are getting the resistance from this very strong top here. So that's the resistance. So I will become more bullish as long as we start to close above this one, above this area, above the 21 moving average, and then above the 60, 61, and especially after 63.2, 63.4. So for now, I'm not doing any longs because I'm seeing more downside, but let's see. I will prefer to buy when we start closing above this area or above this area for another breakout trade. This part I'm not interested because we are ranging and we have these moving averages here just below this week. It's very easy for Bitcoin to come here, and because of also the liquidity pool here, and since there's also a liquidity pool here, also very easy for Bitcoin to come to this cluster here that wasn't tested as support, but we also didn't test this one as support, and it's alongside the 200 moving average simple. This is the 200 exponential, this is the 100 and the 89. So we can be ranging here and then, but this is just what I think, we will come to this area sooner or later. But if we start to close above, if we got bullish engulfing and start to close above these areas I said, we can push higher and go for the upper targets that we had before. So we have this channel here, we have these areas, so we need to close above all these resistances to try to push to the next level. We rejected the Fibonacci once again here. So I'll put the weekly now so we can see. We are still on support, as we can see, on the RSI, on the daily. So this is where we are. We need to hold this green line here on the weekly and on the daily, of course. And then this is the other support that we came to test. So basically, more or less this area. If we start breaking below this, we have the 21 and the 20 around 44, 45, around 44. But we have the Fibonacci here, as I said, on this, both of these areas here, 33 to 34, we have the golden ratio here on the Fibonacci. We have been rejecting this one all the time, and now the next on the Fibs will be here, and we'll liquidate all these liquidity pools areas over there. Okay, so let's see. If this holds, we can still push higher. We have, of course, this resistance, the Fib. Now we created this new trend line that was made from the top of 220K with this new week. We have this range here now with another resistance, and then we have the upper target that if we go straight up from here this week, it will be 80K. Of course, we have the other Fib on 92.6 or 100. So this is the upper targets. If we start to close above the areas I said, do the breakout, close above this resistance, and then try to push there. If we close below, this is the first target. If not, we don't know where we can go below. Many areas, but it won't happen. It will stop at least in this area here, for sure. All this cluster there's a big support here. So let's see if this holds and what we do now this week. Okay, so Ethereum. So still strong, Ethereum. We got a rejection from the Fib as well, but we still have this support here that we tested. Let's see, now we can be just ranging here. Otherwise, what I'm seeing, which is the most obvious and plausible thing, it's we come to test this trend line as support, and I don't know when we come, we have the 12 and then this and the 21 here plus this trend line. If we do it really like this on the candles close, maybe next week or this week we can come to this area and close above here and try to push higher to the next target of 2,300 euros, which is $2,500, which is the up target, and we can be ranging now in this area. So let's see, this area was also not tested as support, so this candle can come here very easily and then try to push higher or come down even lower, retest this area plus the 21, and then try to push higher. If we break below this trend line, we can have downer targets, and this cluster, which is the monthly area, we need to hold, which is also the cluster from the all-time high plus this big resistance, which is now support. We already tested it here. We also tested it here. So let's see if we hold above, try to push higher. If we come down, I think we will come down below this area, but let's see. So just check all the other alts when we got these big downturns, because can give really good bounces. Just check the moving averages and the trend lines and where we are. I'm not showing it now because I showed before, so we are still ranging. So it will be the same, so it's all about Bitcoin at the moment. See what Bitcoin does and try to get some bounces and play safe and use your risk management, because volatility should be starting, and I think we will come down, because looks like this is, I'll take out the trend line, so just using, so it's already still green but starting to get red, and we will come back to test the 12, or we can come down here or even below. So let's see when we will do that. Might not happen so fast, but so we are still trying to figure it out on the daily. If we hold above and we still push to the 21 and try to push higher, or if we reject the 21 and the 12 and the 20 and then reject and come below. And on the 4 hours still okay, so still holding the 277 here. 1 hour took for the close. Let's see if the next candle we will push higher, but if we start coming below this area here, I think we will come down for more downturn. So let's see. For now looks still bullish, but we have all this resistance above. I'm more comfortable buying or above this area, this cluster, or this one, or especially what I said before, it's this cluster here. For me, it's all about this 6,400 more or less. I prefer to buy here and use stop loss below one of these swings to try to push higher with Bitcoin on strength, that try to be in this range here, which it's like a big uncertainty. Okay, but if you want to do this, use your stop loss can be here or here. You can buy here. You could buy on this week, which is quite possible we come down here, another entry here, and your stop loss here, and you can wait to get some bids filled here and then hopefully push higher, but let's see. So there's many options to do. I prefer to buy at this moment on strength. The dollar went down, so the dollar is still going down, which is important to see. 91.1, it's really the area that needs to hold. So if this holds now and we start to go up from here, we can maybe we see this coming, start to get red when we open the S&P, etc. But let's see. Let's just see the dollar. We might just go up from here and go to the 100. So the dollar is really looking bad, as we can see. Let's see my lines. Okay, so even it's below these supports I had, there's these two supports here. Still, let me check the chart. Yeah, we can come basically, it's to 100, which is here, the moving average. And as we see here, we didn't touch it as support. So it's coming for the 100. And then let's see if we range and push higher, or if we range around here, maybe. Because 1 point here in this trend line, 2 points, and maybe we come for the third point, and then we'll be in this triangle trying to decide.